So I need to move some of that wood away so that we can clear up the snow from behind the cars and push it down into the ditch. Also take that tree down. But I thought now is a good idea to lubricate the nipples on the excavator. I haven't lubricated the nipples on this for ever since I bought it, so it's way overdue. And something that I can really recommend if you have a really good lube gun is to get a really good nipple clamp. And a really good nipple clamp really just makes the whole experience a lot more pleasurable. It doesn't keep slipping off the nipples. It really works extremely well. Highly recommended. Now, as you see on this side, the excavator has got a lot more grease nipples, and that's very important. Like, don't focus too much on one side. Remember that there's another side too, and those nipples also need attention. And if I can give a little bit of advice, is to always have something to clean up with afterwards. It can become quite messy working with lube, and as long as you just, keep around the nipples clear and wipe your tip off properly after use, you'll be good for next time. Oh, and just another tip, if you are going to be working with lube, it can get quite messy, and I suggest wearing some good protection. And that way, if you need to maybe hold the camera or something, you can always take a glove off and just do something else, put it back on, get straight to work.
Hey guys, so you've seen Daynant's day pretty much. We figured it's probably time for me to show you my day. What we're starting with this morning is we've already taken the kids to school, and now it's time to water plants, and that pretty much kickstarts my day. Always carrying things into the greenhouse, gloves, blades, boxes. So what I'm doing now is I'm busy putting some things into blackout. So that's when I remove all the weight and I black them out, and this gives everything an opportunity to stretch, grow long enough to harvest when it goes into the light. If I don't black it out, then what happens is everything grows too short, and then it's hard to harvest it on harvest day. So you stretch it, then you put it in the light. It's a wet job watering plants. Makes everything wet and full of seed holes. So you gotta clean that stuff up. So I don't go all fancy for my own stuff. I just put it in bags and get on with it.
If you're wondering why I'm dressed a little bit odd with my beanie and my hat, well, let me start the story over here. So we need to load firewood into the window that's standing behind the UTV. That tock plot we've been using as a chute for the wood. Now behind it, there's a bee nest, or at least a wasp nest. I need to go move that metal roof sheeting and also maybe just take care of that nest over there. And they already don't like me even just standing here. So this is probably a stupid idea. So a little bit of innovation on my side for a really bad idea. Okay, so how did this all work? I would say okay. So the soap that got directly on the wasps dropped them, and they would run around on the floor, crawl around. It looks like they're struggling to get back into the nest, like it's like too soapy or whatever. There's still a lot of them, but you know what? It is how it is. And these things also need to be around. I just had to thin out a little bit of it.
a wild, wild girl. Tequila shots, hot rods, and rock and roll. Like a deer in the headlights, I was blind. Call me a lucky man, 'cause that girl, she's mine.
So I was out yesterday on the field busy mowing, and it was a little bit wet and the grass is long because, as you know, the belt snapped on the mower, and also we had to take the ATV in, so the grass had some time to grow. So it was time for me to do a last cut before snowfall, and everything went well. And as I went in further down to one of the fields at the bottom of the farm, started cutting, and I turned around because I check on the mower now and then, and I turned around and the mower was on fire. The clutch, it like burnt out or something along those lines, and then it just heated up the belts way too much. That caught fire. Now, the funny thing is, I was like, so I got out and I'm like, the mower's on fire, and like, I have no idea what to do. You know, like, do you pee on it? I mean, under such stressful circumstances, can you really pee on it? I usually carry like a 2-liter water with me if I'm out mowing, and I didn't even do that. I didn't even take my camera. Just wanted to get it done. And yeah, so anyway, so now this mower's on fire. Now I'm like running around not knowing what to do. So I thought the closest water I have is at the house, the hose pipe that's plugged in. So I get into the T-Boss, and I race back like over bumps and mud and everything with this burning mower behind me. And I stopped next to the house, grabbed the hose pipe, and quickly just doused the fire. And it was in retrospect, it was really, really funny. The spectacle of all of that. The new belts I put on completely ruined. Yeah, they are. They're just like got burnt to crap, which is sad because I waited so long for them. As you see, this one, it's just so bad. So I have now opted to put a fire extinguisher and to always carry a fire extinguisher with me. And it's funny, in a previous video I was just like talking about paranoia of the stuff in your business, you know, like burning down, putting in smoke detectors and stuff. And man, you live and learn.